Hey guys, Kyle with Lone Peak here. Time for a quick production update. Things are going really well over here. If you guys saw the last video, we launched something called the Camper Tracker. So if you want to see where you're at in the queue and get an estimated date on when your camper will be ready, go check that out. That's on the website. The rest of this video is really just going to be me sharing some of the things that we've learned after building 75 plus campers, just to kind of give you guys an inside look on how things are going. So number one is kind of a quick tip for juice box. When we do walkthroughs, we let you guys know how to turn it on, but apparently my design is not very good because it's confusing. So the way to turn on juice box is you press and hold the top right color button for 3 seconds. It's honestly way too long. I need to change this in firmware. That will turn it on. It is not this button up here, the small little button. That's just a status light indicator. So don't try to press that because nothing will happen. So just gotta share that with you guys. Let me pull out my notes and we'll see what else we got here. On some of the wider campers that we make, so there's 4 different widths, A, B, C, and D. On the wider widths that have bed ladders, the gas struts at times aren't strong enough. So in the cold, they lose about 25% of their strength. So if you guys have had issues with the gas struts barely holding your mattress up, please reach out to us at team@lonepeakoverland.com. Specifically, if you have a full-size truck, we're gonna send you out some higher power gas struts as soon as those come in. Those are on order and should be in about 3 to 4 weeks. Let's see what else we got on here. Cargo net, you guys already know about this one. Bud basically came up with a way better idea on how to hold the tent material in the pass-through space. The bulk order is still on its way. We got about 20 of those in, and a few of you lucky guys got those while we had them in stock. Here's a recent one that we have been having an issue. Our gasketing material that specifically goes on the sides of your bed rail it's not a solid rubber. It's called like a foam EPDM, but it doesn't have any air gap in the middle of it. So on the last couple beds that we've installed, there's been quite a bit of bed damage. And our bed rail on the camper is a flat surface, and the gasket basically doesn't have enough squishiness to conform to a damaged bed rail, or if there's any variance at all. So we've been trying to put some of the D channel that we use on our doors to gasket that underneath that to create a good seal. We did get a message from one of you guys we didn't install on Friday saying the water leaking in from the side. That's totally on us. So what we're doing right now, so I don't want you guys to freak out about this, about a water leak. If we're doing installs here and your bed is damaged, we're putting some D-gasket to make sure it seals perfectly. But we are changing up the side rail gasket. We call it the bed rail gasket for future orders. That's a couple weeks out on actually getting samples of that and putting that into our production process. So I think there's only been one, right, Keisha? I think just on Friday, we've had one person reach out. Not gonna say your name in here. I'm sorry, man. We'll make it right. We'll get your bed perfect and not leaking anymore. So that's just something that, honestly, until we install on a ton of different beds, it's hard to know what's gonna happen. So that'll be a good change. A couple of you guys have reached out about whistling, which there is a T-slot on the front of the camper, and I'm pretty sure the whistling is coming from that. So go on the website, check out our, what is it called, Keisha? Channel cover, I believe. Okay, channel covers, they come in a pack of 5, it's super cheap. Buy some of those and put that on the front T-slot and see if that solves the whistling issue, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. One other issue, this is actually kind of a serious note. The pull down strap, actually Keisha, if you wanna turn around to your left right here, let me show you what this guy looks like. So this is the pull down strap that you use after you get inside of the camper, put down the tent support brace. To close the camper, we recommend holding onto this and then just using your body weight to actually close the camper. A few of you guys we saw were actually holding onto this and leaning back off your tailgate, which is just kind of sketchy in general. But we have had, what, a handful, maybe 2 or 3, Keisha, of the stitching on this. This comes from a supplier. We don't make these in-house. The stitching has actually come out of this on one of them, and then at the top, the stitching came out as well. So I still have my industrial sewing machine from when we made the tent sample on the first prototype. We're gonna bust that out, and on every future order, we're gonna put in, it's on a bar tack, ideally get a bar tack machine, but we're gonna reinforce this with some beefy stitching. So that is something, just a caution don't lean off the edge of your tailgate. It's really sketchy when we've seen people do it in-house, especially if the stitching could come out in it. And this will be something that if you guys have had issues, or if you just want an upgraded strap, let us know. We'll send you one out for free. Let's see here. Oh, okay. There's another one, vent fan direction. So on our, you know, this is actually awesome. We have some good examples here. Keisha, you wanna look at this guy here? You can just point at that and I'll talk. So this is our vent fan, and the vent fan actually opens up. Opens up facing forward, so it's hinging, and this is purposeful. This isn't a mistake. This is so that if you have your camper popped open and it's raining out, you won't get rain inside of your camper. The thing that we have realized though is that if it is not closed down super tight, if it's a little bit loose, since it's facing forward, some of the vibration from the wind will actually kind of vibrate it open. So we haven't had a single one open when we lock it down tight. So it's something we added to our QC to make sure they're tight when they leave. But as a user, make sure you have this thing locked down tight before you start driving. Let's see what else we got here. Really, if you have, honestly, this project is going really well. We haven't had really any significant issues. There's lots of little things that I'm just mentioning that we're ironing out. But if you do have any issue at all, please reach out directly to us. We have a Facebook group that we're really active on. You can email us at team@lonepeakoverland.com, and Keisha will get back to you as quickly as possible. Really, we just want to help you before you try to troubleshoot an issue on your own. And then, okay, I'll leave you with kind of a funny story and an update on our truck bed measurement quest. We've had a few old vehicles that we're trying to track down. One was a Gen 1 5-foot Taco, right, Keisha? Yep. It's a quad cab. There's just not a lot in Wenatchee. And so I saw one driving on the road and actually carry cash in my truck to pay people to let me measure their vehicles. And so I pull up next to this vehicle, ask her to roll down her window, and she rolls down her window, very hesitant. And I say, hey, I'm the owner of this camper company. We've been trying to find this vehicle for weeks. Could I pay you 20 bucks for 5 minutes of your time to measure your truck? That's the whole spiel, right? It's worked every time. Apparently I'm creepy and just made this girl really uncomfortable. And she says, everything in me is just telling me to run away really fast right now. And so she rolls up her window and leaves and doesn't let me measure her truck. But good news, the next day I found another one and he let me measure it. So all that to say, it's going well. We're making great efforts to make sure we get the measurements we need to build your camper. So anyway, hope that's funny. If it's not, good luck, leave a comment, hate on it, I don't care. I'll see you guys later.